My name is Regina Smith, and I'm currently based out of Monroe, Michigan, in the United States.
Beautiful. So, Regina, prior to joining WCA, what would you say was the biggest issue, challenge, or problem in your life, and how is that affecting you?
The biggest challenge was coming out of a very toxic relationship and going through a big change in my life where I was unemployed for a length period of time. And so I had reached a point where I felt so low and so I could barely get out of bed. It was almost this weight that I just couldn't hardly get up. And it was honestly an answer to a prayer that I was just praying that, God, get me out of this. I need something to, I reached the bottom and I felt so bad. And I have a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. And I knew that I had to woman up and mom up and be there for them and be their strength. So, through going through a very hard time and losing myself in this toxic relationship, that's really where it led me here.
So, on that note, then, especially for all the other moms listening, you have two young children. Did you have any concerns about even coming here in the first place? Because you traveled far. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
So, were there any concerns, or were you like, no, I'm coming?
So the 3 days that we started WCA, the first day, the day before, I actually got a message from my son's teacher saying that he was misbehaving, and I started second questioning about coming, and I felt this guilt and I felt this whatever, but then something inside me, I decided to have faith. And so on day 1, I went all in. Day 2, I went all in. I did the work. I focused on myself. I was still communicating with my kids, but just, before they went to bed because we're on the time change. And on the 3rd day, I got a message from the teacher and she said, your son, he's shown such improvement. And she said, it's like he had like a crescendo every day. And so we're on opposite sides of the planet. And it's like we were connected. And I was so worried. And then the moment that I chose faith, it was like he must have felt me. And so,
I have it already.
So when I got that message on the 3rd day from the teacher and just the way she said it, and she said, he was great the last 2 days, but today he was the best. He sat down, he did his work, and he helped other people do his work. And so, that was my confirmation that this was the thing that I needed to do. It's by me being a better mother, I'm also helping my children be better.
And you know what's incredible? Oh my goodness, girl, I was having goosebumps as you were saying this, because yesterday was the day what we talked about, you presented your vision and all of that, and you crescendoed, and your son, that's the thing, we are all so connected.
Yes.
And even though you're doing this for you, but you're doing it for them too, and they feel it and they can see too. Oh my goodness, this is I can't share it with
Yes.
everyone. This is gorgeous.
Yes.
All right, so now then, tell me what surprised you the most or made you the happiest about being here?
Honestly, what helped me the most was connecting with my core, connecting with my true self, and finding a part of me that I didn't know that I had, forcing myself to break the barriers, to have the moments where I just became vulnerable and had the breakthroughs, being able to connect with other people, and something that I had so restricted for so long, being in a toxic relationship and not having friends and not having family. And so being able to reconnect and find that true passion. And I felt it yesterday when I started writing about my future self, and then when I gave the presentation and it all connected. And today when I woke up, it was like a new life, a new energy. I felt like it was a connection to everything, and I saw situations as opportunities. And the way that everything around me, I felt like my eyes were open.
Absolutely, I love. Well, your eyes are really bright and blue, by the way. Just saying, it kind of complements the whole theme. So now then, what would you say has been a biggest breakthrough, realization, or aha moment that you have experienced so far?
So the biggest aha moment would be when I pushed through the resistance on the third day. The first 2 days, it seemed like I was able to beat the resistance. On the third day, when I hit the resistance twice, and then I finally decided to just do it, and I did it from the heart. When I did it from the heart, it flowed and everything came through. And that was when I felt like was my biggest breakthrough and aha moment, that I connected with my heart and I wasn't thinking and overthinking, and which was a issue, before. Is just, maybe I'm not good enough, and maybe I don't have the right answers, I'm not doing this right, maybe I'm not being a good mom at this point. And pushing through that and just following my heart.
Absolutely. So on that note then, for people that are listening to you, and especially I think moms resonate with you a lot, and maybe they feel like they don't want to leave the children, or they feel like they're selfish, or all of those thoughts, what would you say to those people that wants to do it, but they feel either held back by the fear, circumstances, limiting beliefs, or all those things? Like, what would you say to that someone?
I would say that the cost of not fixing yourself first for your children is way more, because when you fix yourself, like I experienced that, they feel it too. So, like all this time you waste, it's really, 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 the sooner the better. The sooner you can do it, the sooner you can be better for yourself. Put yourself first so you can be better for them. So it's definitely, you have to do it for yourself, because really you're the mom, you're the one that's got to be there for them, but you got to be there for yourself first.
Absolutely. So one last thing, not a question of freestyler. What's the message that you would like to leave everybody with? Like something that's from your heart.
I would say just do it, no matter what the cost. Just be open. Be open and have an open mind and an open heart. Because really the biggest changes come with the open heart. And that's what I felt here, and that's what I would 100% recommend to everyone, that this opportunity is a once in a lifetime, and it's something that you will not ever regret. The only regret is not doing it.